William Millen here for GetMoreSports.com, and we're making our weekend against the spread picks. And there are a couple games that kind of stand out for me on the lineup this weekend that I think that you should consider taking a look at. And the first one is Texas A&M going to Tennessee. Now, this is a close line, but Texas A&M has not kind of turned things around and turned things up a notch like I thought they might. And Tennessee has shown some signs of life. They are undefeated at home, and the thing is that gives me the most kind of stress about this game, of course, is that Texas A&M just had a really close call against Mississippi State. That's the kind of game that can push a team one of two ways. You can wake up, kind of get things back on track, or that can be a sign of things to come. I do think Tennessee is the right play here. This is going to be a close game throughout. The game being in Knoxville, I think, ultimately gets them over the hump. A game that a lot of people are looking at is Wisconsin and Maryland. The Terrapins traveling to Madison. The health of Melo Trimble is a concern, but the Washington Tribune is reporting that he will play. I do think that he won't be quite the same effective player, point guard, kind of threat on both ends that we're used to seeing. But Maryland's got the ability to close teams out at the free throw line late in games. And that's the difference, is if they are winning with a couple minutes left, they are going to seal it. They are rarely going to blow any leads because they don't turn the ball over a whole lot, and they knock down their free throws. Two combinations that love to cover the spread. So I do think the Terrapins are the right play here. As we continue to go down the list, a game that I think is going to be really big time in terms of the SEC is Vanderbilt and South Carolina. South Carolina is undefeated. They're number 22 in the country. Vanderbilt's been reeling a little bit, obviously losing a close one in overtime at Arkansas just the other night. I do think, though, that Vanderbilt's ready for a bounce-back game. I think South Carolina's going to come down to earth a little bit. This is really their first kind of big game as being the hunter against a decent team. This is going to be a close one throughout again, but I am taking Vanderbilt with those points. I do think that they'll squeak out a win here, and probably this won't be too much of an indictment on South Carolina. I do think, though, that this is going to be a tough game for them to cover, and ultimately their first real test here.